Hello traders, FXPIPCOLLECTOR here. Today is Friday, May 19th, and I'm going to be analyzing, first of all, the dollar pairs. We're going to start off with the DXY US dollar. Then we're going to look at all the dollar pairs using the information that we gather by analyzing the dollar indexes. Look at all the dollar pairs, including gold. We'll probably look at most of the yen pairs. Probably take a look at, oil, natural gas, probably Bitcoin. And probably look at the S&P 500 and circle back and see what's going on with the dollar. Now, we do have to be aware today that Powell is speaking this afternoon. Let's pull that up right here at 4 p.m. UK time and 11 a.m. New York time. You never really know exactly what Powell's going to say, so the market's definitely going to be paying attention to that for sure. And then we have this President Lagarde speaking later too. The European Central Bank President Lagarde speaking later, so definitely pay attention to that, especially if you trade like the euro pairs, like the euro dollar and stuff. Definitely worth keeping an eye on for that news for sure. But the most recent one coming up will be in about 90 minutes, and that will be Powell's speech. So let's check out the US dollar pairs and see what we got going on for that. It looks like some of the pairs might be moving pre-news, so definitely keep an eye on it. Hey Connor, hey Havoc, hey Visit, thank you for the support. Let me know if, as a channel supporter, let me know if you want me to look at something. I'll be more than happy to analyze something for you. So on the DXY, let's start off there on the monthly time frame as usual, and let's zoom out a little bit more just because I do like to, hey Chrissy, how's it going? I do like to look at the bigger picture on this dollar monthly just so we can kind of get an understanding of where I'm coming from with this pattern. Now, like I've been saying, we have a lower high, we have a lower high, and we have a lower high. We have three lower highs the whole way down, and this most recent one definitely looks to me still like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of A. It still looks like three ways down for a B, and it still looks like an uptrend for a C. So yes, on the shorter time frames, I did change my analysis recently, saying that we're probably going up for a correction, but I still think that we're heading down, and I still think eventually we're probably going to go all the way down and maybe even make a new low around $70. So that's a long ways down, but we are on the monthly time frame, you have to remember, and in order for a monthly pattern to end up looking like this is pretty reasonable to think that this is what it would look like. That would put us all the way out until 2028 maybe, so we're talking, maybe 5 years or so it's going to take for this downtrend to play out. So it's definitely nothing that we really have to be too concerned about right now, but it's definitely something to keep an eye on for the future. So going down to the weekly time frame, I do like to switch back to the dollar index. So on the weekly, I still see this as a downtrend, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think it's a wave 1 because I do believe this is the end of a wave C. But I always try to look at both sides of the coin, and it definitely could be a wave A also. I think that this is now going up for a wave C, which I've been saying for quite some time now. It would be a much more normal looking pattern if it did make a proper ABC to this move down, like a wave 1 and a wave 2, or possibly a wave A and a wave B. At this point in the pattern, it definitely doesn't matter to us whether it's a 2 or whether it's a B. Pretty much exactly the same strategy for trading a 2 as for trading a B. So it definitely doesn't matter right now whether it's a 2 or a B to us. What does matter is that we know that it's going up and that it's most likely not finished going up yet. Going down to the daily time frame, it looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of A. Then I have a downtrend, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down right there, almost a perfect looking downtrend. I think that's an A of B. 3 waves up for the B of B, and then another little downtrend for the C of B. So we have an A, we have an A, B, C of B, and I believe we're in a downtrend which is most likely going to end up, an uptrend which is most likely going to end up probably even taking out the high of wave A and ending up looking something like that before it ends up going down. Like I said, this is probably an ABC of 2, which I think it is, or possibly an ABC of B. At this point in the pattern, definitely doesn't matter whether it's a 2 or whether it's a B. The trading strategy for a wave C of 2 is exactly the same as a wave C of B. So it really doesn't matter if our Elliott wave count is 100% correct on that at this point in the pattern. Going down to the 4-hour time frame, frame is where you can start to see the higher lows, highs, higher lows. We got a high, low, high, and now we're in a low. I think there's a very good likelihood this is going to make another higher low, and I think it's going to end up continuing the uptrend. Hey Fly Moon, how's it going? Nice to see you. Thanks for coming. So at this point, I am very confident that the dollar is not finished going up. I think it's going to make a higher low, and end up continuing the uptrend. Like I said, we do have that Powell speech coming out in a little less than 90 minutes, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. On the shorter time frames, I could definitely make this out being a three-way pattern, but I could also, especially if I go down one more step to like the 30-minute, it kind of looks to me more like a trend, but I could picture this being a one trend here for like an A, and this is maybe like a B, and then this is the trend for the C. So we possibly could be having the end of a correction. If we have a break of structure, then it would definitely be worth going long, because we know that we got that Powell speech coming out, and most likely that Powell speech is going to cause some sort of a movement, so it may end up causing the end of a correction, and it may actually end up causing the continuation of the uptrend. Even though on the 1 hour time frame it kind of looks like it's like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of A, and that's going to make a B and then go down and make a C before it actually does end up continuing the uptrend. Which, looking at all the dollar pairs, we're going to have to see if this pattern matches more, or if it looks more like the dollar pairs are just going to take off to the upside after this current move down and just take off to the upside like that. So now we have, we at least have a couple different options of what we think is going to happen with the US dollar. Now we can use that information and we can apply it to all these other US dollar pairs, including gold, and see if we can figure out what we think is going to happen with all those US dollar pairs. So let's look at the euro dollar. Let's head back up to the daily time frame, and we're going to do our daily time frame down on all the dollar pairs. So the euro dollar on the daily, even though this is a higher high right here than this, looking at the dollar index, it gives me the knowledge that this is actually a wave A, and that even though this is a soft move to the upside, I think it's an ABC of B. I think that's an irregular wave B, or an irregular top in Elliott wave terms, and most likely we're going down for a wave C. Most likely place for a wave C to normally go is the 100% Fibonacci extension of wave A projected off the top of wave B, and that is the most likely place for wave C's normally to go, but it definitely could turn at one of these other fib levels also, especially with this irregular wave B. We know that the euro has been pretty strong lately, so we're definitely going to have to keep an eye on all of these fib levels for evidence of an end of a trend for this wave C on the shorter time frames. Going down to the 4 hour time frame. So 4 hour time frame, we could start to see those lower lows, lower highs are making up this move down. Really the last structure level, even though there's a structure level there, the last major structure level for me is right here, because that's where the most recent series of lower lows, lower highs has started. So I do think that most likely this is a wave A. That's why I'm not really confident that this Powell speech is really going to do a lot, because it looks like this correction is not over. It looks like it needs to make a B and a C. And then I think probably next week, or maybe later on in the New York session, probably more likely next week though, it's going to make a lower high, and most likely just keep on trending down. Like I was showing on the daily time frame, I think we're going down to at least a 78 or the 100% Fibonacci extension. So going down to the 1 hour time frame, we definitely do have a little bit of an impulsive turn, but like I was saying, it looks more like a trend. I think it looks more like a wave A. That means that this move down is probably going to be a B, and it's probably going to actually go up again, and that Powell speech may even actually cause a wave C today, so definitely keep an eye out for that. If you do like to trade these sort of time frames, you may get a little bit of a long opportunity to trade the wave C. Probably would last pretty much the rest of the day, and then maybe Monday or Sunday at market open, this will actually end up ending a correction and end up continuing the downtrend, because on the higher time frames, the trend for me is definitely still down, and I don't think it's over yet. So I'm just going to continue to look for shorts in a downtrend. Let's check out the pound dollar, head back up to the daily time frame. Now the pound dollar and the Aussie dollar have been very similar lately. So the pound dollar is a little bit stronger than the euro dollar, but I think it's very similar. I think this is an A. I think this is an A, B, C of B, and this is an irregular top in Elliott wave terms, or an irregular wave B. and now we're actually going down now for a wave C. Now, most likely places for wave C's to go are the 100% level, but when you have a strong move up like this and an irregular wave B, that means that the pattern is pretty strong to the upside. So this one I am expecting is probably going to turn either at the 78 or the 61 and end up breaking structure to the upside and end up continuing the uptrend. So let's keep that in mind. Hey, Mena, thank you for the support. I do appreciate that. If you want me to look at something for you as a channel supporter, definitely let me know, and I'd be more than happy to analyze something for you if you would like. So, going down to the 4-hour time frame. 4-hour time frame. To me, this looks like one sensitive trend, and as you can see, we are definitely making lower highs. According to the longer time frame, most likely this move down is not over. This move up looks very impulsive, so most likely it's not over yet. I still think there's a very good likelihood it is going to be another ABC correction. And most likely it's going to make another three-way pattern up, another impulsive move to the downside, and another continuation of the downtrend. Now, we're not quite to that point yet. I don't think this correction is over yet, and it probably won't even be over today. But I do think this right here is probably an uptrend. I think it's a wave A. I think we're probably just now starting a correction, like a wave B, and I think we're going to have one more push up for a wave C. So if you see three-way pattern up, if you see an impulsive move down, if you see a break of structure, that is definitely what I'm looking for the continuation of the downtrend. 3 waves up, impulsive down. 3 waves up, impulsive down. 3 waves up, impulsive down, entry to go short. 1, 2, 3 waves up, go short. 1, 2, 3 waves up, go short. So really not that difficult, just very repetitive. We're looking for the same thing day in and day out. We're looking for pullback entries according to what direction the longer time frames tell us. So let's check out the Aussie dollar. Let's head back out to the daily time frame. So the Aussie dollar is a little bit different, but it's very similar to the other ones. I mean, it's definitely a little bit of a different pattern. It looks to me more like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm not really confident that this is going to go down all the way down and take out this low, which makes me think that maybe it's going to be like another wave A. But either way, it looks like an A, B, C right here, and it looks like it's going down, and it's probably going to go down and at least take out these lows. Maybe it's only going to go down to one of these Fibonacci levels before it breaks that structure and ends up continuing the uptrend. It may actually end up being another ABC, like an ABC of W, an ABC of X, and then maybe go up for like an ABC of Y, that double triple pattern. The triple WXY pattern is what I am most likely to see, I believe. So heading down to the 4-hour time frame, we're going down according to the longer time frames. We don't really see any reason to think otherwise. The last major structure levels right here. Yes, there's a structure level there, but that is part of this trend right there. Now, I was saying earlier that this pattern to me looks impulsive, and this looks like 3 waves down. Usually when you see impulsive followed by 3 waves, it means it's a wave B. So I'm actually thinking that this is an irregular bottom, and this is like an A here. That's an A, B, C, or B, and this move up that we're currently getting is a wave C. And if this is an irregular bottom, then this wave C is probably going to make a lower high, impulsive turn, take out structure, and it's probably actually going to continue the downtrend from there. Probably like a 1, 2, and then a wave 3 of that bigger pattern that I was showing on the longer time frames. So let's take it down to the 1-hour time frame. So 1-hour time frame, we are definitely going up. I don't think the move up is over. Like I said, we do have that Powell speech coming out today, so it probably will end up making another push up. Maybe it'll end up looking something like that. But to me, this looks very clear that that's a trend. I think that's a wave A. I think this is 3 waves up. I think that's a B. And then we have another very clear trend right there. When you have a trend followed by a correction followed by a trend, that's usually the very good sign that this is actually an A, B, C, or B. And then this right here is definitely a trend. That's an A, B, C, or B, and we're probably in a wave C. I think it probably is going to make a lower high, turn down, break structure, and end up continuing the downtrend. Probably not today, probably either Monday or Tuesday, but I definitely think that's going to be the next trade that I'm personally looking for the continuation of the downtrend. Maybe you could get a long opportunity today during Powell's speech today, but for me, I'm definitely still looking for shorts in a downtrend, so I'm probably not taking any longs that I see. So, what are we at? The Kiwi dollar is very similar to the Aussie dollar as usual. It looks like a downtrend, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It looks like a A, 3 ways down for a B, and a C. And I still think that this needs to go down again. I think it's going to make a lower high, probably a wave 2, and probably go down and eventually make a 3, 4, 5. Maybe go down to this 100% Fibonacci extension of this wave, projected off the top of this wave back here. So it definitely looks like it's going to go down again, so we're definitely going to have to keep an eye on that. I think that this one may make a very good sorting opportunity. Going down to the 4-hour time frame, we have, let's see here, we have a nice impulsive downtrend, probably a 1. This was a little tricky at the time because it kind of looked like it was ending a crescent right there. It made 3 waves up to a fib level. But now in hindsight, we can see that that's not what happened. It definitely made 3 waves up, but you can see that that is 3 waves up right there. So this is an A. This is an A, B, C right there, a B, and then we're probably in a wave C right now. So if this does bounce off one of these fib levels in a big way, making a impulsive move down, take out structure, I would definitely take that as a sorting opportunity. If this really is the end of a wave 2, that's going to make for a very good sorting opportunity for the continuation of most likely a wave 3. So that would, if that's a wave 3, that's supposed to be the biggest, strongest wave of a trend, so it could be a really good sort. Now we are at the 50% Fibonacci retracement right now. We do have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shape right here. So if Powell's speech causes this to go down, if it causes a break of structure, and we're at a fib level already, we already see an uptrend over here. A, we already see 3 ways down right there. B, and then we see another uptrend, C. So if we see a break of structure, if we see an end of a trend for this wave C, that's going to make for a really good sorting opportunity, maybe even the beginning of a wave 3. So that's definitely something to keep an eye out, probably one of the ones that I'm definitely going to keep an eye on over the next day or so. US dollar Canadian, let's head back up to the daily. Let's zoom out just a little bit so we can see some more of this pattern. On the daily dollar Canadian, I still think this is a downtrend right here, probably a wave A. This is probably an A, B, C, or B, and this is like almost a perfect downtrend right there. That's like the perfect 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 downtrend for a wave C. We got impulsive up, we got a break of structure, pretty much proven to me that the correction is over. We got 3 waves down. It definitely made a little bit of a higher low, not much, but a little bit. And I think this is going to keep on going up. I think it's just going to end up eventually breaking out of this area and end up continuing that uptrend. So this is another one that I'm definitely keeping an eye on. Well, this is another one that I was looking at before the live stream and thinking about going long on, but I'm going to wait to see what Powell's speech has to say. So with this C right here, even though it's strong down, that's definitely 3 waves down. So I think that this correction is already over. I think this may be a correction also to this move up, and I think this is going to make a higher low. I think it's just going to keep on going up, making those higher highs and higher lows. So I'm definitely looking for longs, and it pretty much looks like there's a long right now, to tell you the truth. That looks like a 3-way pattern right there. I don't have my Fibonacci measuring this wave right here, but if you did, I bet we're bouncing off a fib level. I think there's a good chance this is going to be a long opportunity, and I think there's a good chance it will just keep on trending up, especially based on what I see on the longer time frames. So that's definitely one to keep an eye on. Let's see, all the dollar pairs starting to move here. Yeah. Ooh, that euro dollar, that might just keep on going down. So yeah, I think there's a chance there's things that might actually move before the news even comes out. So keep an eye on these things for sure. So the US dollar Swiss, we have, I still think we're in a wave 3. I think this is like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of 1, A, B, C of 2. This is probably like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a 1 of 3. This is probably going to be like a crescent, like a 2 of 3, and then it's probably going to go down for that wave 3 of 3. Because if this whole thing is a wave 3, then this is a 1 of 3, a 2 of 3, and a 3 of 3. So this is another one that I think could make a really good sorting opportunity. Coming up pretty shortly, most likely. I'm not really convinced on this time frame, but it looks more like this is probably like a wave A, and that this needs to go up one more time. But I think once this does make that sorting opportunity, this is going to be a really good one to sort. I think that this is like all wave A. This is going to make a B, and then it's going to go up a little higher to one of these fib levels, and then probably just like the other ones, next week break structure and end up continuing the downtrend. So we'll have to keep an eye. Like I said, if Powell's speech turns, then they might turn them all. This one might make another good push up too. It definitely is in a corrective state right now. The last swing is way down here, so unless it goes down and breaks that, the trend is definitely up in my eyes. And I still think that the most likely thing to happen, especially if Powell does make the market move later on today, is that the dollar is going to continue up and these pairs will end up continuing down. These pairs will end up continuing up also, and these pairs will end up going down. So let's check out the US dollar yen, which is definitely being driven by the yen right now quite a bit. I always say that I do consider the US dollar yen almost more of a yen pair than anything. Now, the US dollar yen to me looks like a big downtrend right here. I still think that this is all a wave 1. I think this is like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of A. This looks like an A, B, C, or B, and I think we are probably going up for a wave C. I don't think this uptrend is over though. I think we're going up to one of these higher Fibonacci levels. And looking at the yen pairs, there's always a chance that this one could just keep on drifting up like that. Because all the yen pairs look like they have a long ways to go up also, so this one could keep on going up too. But if it does bounce off one of these fib levels, making a pulse move down, take out structure, that's exactly what I'm looking for my next sorting opportunity for the continuation of this downtrend. So now taking it down to the 1 hour time frame, I'm pretty confident. So I'm pretty confident that this is going up, and I don't really think it's over yet. So the last swing levels right here, looks like we just made another one right there. So I'm definitely still looking for longs, and it's probably gonna have to make another pullback before I go long. But if I see another three-way pullback, I see another impulsive move up, then I will definitely take that as a long opportunity for the continuation of this uptrend. The daily time frame has shown me that the trend is not over, so I'm definitely still looking for longs in an uptrend. A lot of this pattern, like I said, is being driven by the yen. If you look at all the yen pairs, which we will in a minute, pretty much all the yen pairs are moving with, and this pair is moving with the yen pairs. So, but it definitely made a pretty clear ABC down today. ABC, impulsive up. It's probably going to go up and take out this high, I would imagine, before it makes another pullback. But I don't think that this is going to go down too much. I don't think it will go down and take this out. I think it'll just keep making higher highs, higher lows, and it'll just keep on going up. So let's check out gold. What's up with gold today? Let's head down to the daily. Now gold, we do have a break of structure right here, which does prove to me that this whole trend is over. It doesn't prove that the trend is over on the weekly, monthly, but it definitely proves that this one sensitive trend is over. And I think might actually be similar to the other ones. I think this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that this is actually an A, and that this is made an irregular top or an irregular wave B, just like the euro dollar and the pound dollar. And I think we're in a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of C. I think there's a good chance we're going to go down to like the 50% maybe, and then make that impulsive move up, and end up continuing the uptrend. So if we identify the end of this current trend, if we identify the end of this current trend on shorter time frames, it may end up being the end of a wave C, and it may be a really good long opportunity. I still think that on the weekly and monthly time frames, that this thing is heading up to like $2,200 or $2,300. But not until it finishes this move to the downside on shorter time frames. Going down to the 4 hour, I think this is a 1. ABC of 2, and it looks pretty clear to me that this is all a wave 3, and I don't even think the wave 3 is over. I think it's going to go down at least one more time just to finish off a wave 3. So I think there's going to be at least one more sorting opportunity on this one. It kind of looked like it was making a sort today, but it probably is more like the euro and the pound. It probably is a wave A. It probably is going to be in a wave B right now, and probably that power speeds is going to cause it to go up and make a wave C today, is what I think. And then probably either late today before the market closes or early next week, maybe Sunday or Monday, I think it'll end the correction and go down at least one more time to finish off what I think is a wave 3 of wave C. So definitely I think there's going to be another pretty good sorting opportunity on this. So before we move on, we're going to move on to the yen pairs. Look at those yen pairs next. Probably look at Bitcoin, oil, natural gas, stock market. Before I do that, I want to let everybody know about my free Discord channel, 100% free to join. You don't have to pay a dime if you do not want to. I put the link for that in the description and in the chats, 100% free to join. But I also do have a Patreon service. If anybody is interested in learning more about my strategy, this is the best way to do it. I do have a course that comes included with the Patreon service, which this is it right here. It's over 38 videos. So this is really good. It teaches my exact strategy, how I trade. So definitely check that out if you're interested. It comes with the Patreon service. Also, it comes with access to all my private channels on Discord and my members forecast that I do every day before the London session. I do a members forecast on all the dollar pairs and all the yen pairs, including oil and gold, every single day before the London session. So definitely check that out. We already looked at the euro dollar, but we will circle back to it. So I always start my meeting by looking at the dollar pairs, and we'll end the meeting by looking at the dollar pairs. So I will come back to the dollar pairs before the meeting's over, but right now we're going to go look at the yen pairs. And the yen pairs have been moving pretty good today. They might be done for the day, but they have definitely been moving really good. So I do during these meetings like to give my full perspective, and in order to do that, I really have to go out to like the monthly time frame. So yeah, I'll look at the euro dollar again, buddy. Don't worry, I will. I just had to look at some other things before we circle back to the dollar pair. I looked at the euro dollar already. So anyways, I do believe that we're in an uptrend on all the yen pairs. I think there's a good chance that this is going up eventually all the way to the 165 area. So I think the euro yen has a long ways to go. We're going to look at the shorter time frames here in a minute, but I really like to show this longer time frame perspective. So I believe that I believe that we're going up right now, most likely in a wave C. I think this is heading all the way up there. I think that the Aussie yen is also going up. I think this is also going to go up and probably head all the way up to about the 110 area. I think that the Kiwi yen is also going up, probably right around that area also. Probably end up looking something like that. So I like to give this perspective because I really do think that there's a good chance that all these pairs are going up. This one might only go up to the 123, but even that's going to be a big move up. So I like to give this perspective so that way everybody knows where I'm coming from. And the Swiss yen is at all-time highs, but I think if the other ones are going to continue up, then this one's going to continue up also. Now that we got that pretty well figured out, now we can go down to these shorter time frames. The euro yen, to me, looks like 3 ways down to the 38% impulsive up. I think this is going to go up and break this high, probably eventually break this Fibonacci level also, and end up looking something like that. So let's head down to the 4-hour time frame. 4-hour time frame is where you can actually start to see the higher highs, higher lows right here. So until this actually goes down and breaks structure to the downside like that, the trend is definitely still up, and it very easily could just keep on making higher highs and just keep on going up pretty easily. So until it goes down and actually breaks that structure right there, I am definitely looking for longs in an uptrend. Going down to the 1 hour, like I said, this is the structure level I'm watching. Unless it breaks that, I'm definitely only looking for longs. If it makes another pullback, that's really good for us because that's going to give us another opportunity to go long for the continuation of the uptrend. So, yeah, we'll definitely look at the euro dollar again, no problem. So let's go down to the pound yen, check that out. The pound yen Also has an ABC correction, but the pound is a little bit stronger than the euro right now, causing this one to be a little bit stronger up. But I still think this one's going to break out. I think this one also has got a long ways to go to the upside. So I don't really see any reason to think this trend is over. Going down to the 4 hour, our most recent structure level is right here, so unless it goes down and breaks that, which I could picture this being a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so it definitely could. So until it goes down and breaks that, I am definitely looking for buys on the pound yen also. Especially on like the 1 hour time frame range, 1 hour 30-minute time frame. It definitely looks like it's getting ready to go down. I think all the yen pairs are pretty much done for the day. They're probably all going to start making their way down, which is, like I said, really good for us because at the end of these pullbacks, 3 ways down, impulsive up, 3 ways down, impulsive up, 3 ways down, impulsive up is exactly where I look for entries to go long. So if it makes another pullback, another 3-way pattern, another impulsive move up, that's going to be another great opportunity to go long for the continuation of this uptrend for sure. The Aussie yen, pretty much the exact same story, except for this one's actually starting to gain some strength too. It's definitely a little different on the daily, but on the shorter time frames, it's pretty much the same story. Last structure level is way down here. So that tells me even if it does make a pullback, you can almost guarantee it's just going to be a correction, and then it's just going to end up continuing the uptrend again. 1 hour time frame, what am I doing? I'm looking for 3-way pullbacks. We had awesome trades on the yen pairs today. 3 ways down, go long. 3 ways down, go long. Even way down here, 3 ways down, go long. Back here, 3 ways up, go short. Right here, 3 ways up, go short. So some really nice trades on these yen pairs as of lately. They've been moving nicely when some of the dollar pairs have not. The dollar is starting to get better, but over the last couple of weeks, it was definitely pretty rangy. This week has been pretty good for the dollar, though. Kiwi dollar is very strong to the upside. This was a very clear entry today. 3 ways down, impulsive up. Almost a perfect pattern right there. Even right here, 3 ways down, impulsive up, go long. 3 ways down, impulsive up, go long. 3 ways down, go long. Pretty simple, honestly. Like I said, the strategy is very simple. It's just a matter of homing in on it, so that way you know what time frame to watch to look for these 3-way pullbacks. Canadian yen, ooh, that one definitely looks like it's going down, huh? That one, the most recent structure level for this is now right there, so because it just made a new high, so that means that we had to move the structure level up. When you get a new high, that means you got to move your structure level to the last low. And then that's going to tell us that this whole move up is over. So we don't really necessarily know that it's going to go down and break this low. So if it goes down, does something like that, we can definitely go long again. There's no reason to think it's over. Yeah, definitely no reason to think it's over, even on the longer time frames. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it made like another pullback like these ones right here, but I think it's just going to keep on trending up for sure. Definitely no reason to think otherwise. 1 hour time frame. So, 1 hour time frame, yeah, it definitely made 3 ways down today and impulsive up. That was a good entry, but obviously you would want to be out of that now, which if you were entering right there, I wouldn't be watching this time frame. I would probably be watching the 15-minute time frame, maybe even a little shorter, to tell you the truth. Yeah, because that 15-minute time frame, the last structure level is right here, so really, at the end of that big red candle, I definitely would have got out, right there, probably still with some pretty decent profit. So, it probably is going to break structure, especially with how strong down it is. We had Canadian news today, too, didn't we? We had retail sales. So that's why the Canadian pairs are moving. We had core retail sales month over month and regular retail sales month over month. And it was positive. It was mixed news, right? It was positive and negative. So mixed news is usually a little, the market doesn't really know what to do, so it probably is going to go down and break structure. We'll have to keep an eye on it, but it probably is going to break structure, and that's probably going to prove that this whole move is over if it does. And if it does break structure, it's still going to be a correction, but it's probably going to be a bigger correction before it actually continues the uptrend. Maybe end up looking, like one of these bigger corrections back here. And the Swiss yen has been an awesome one to trade too. This is another really good trade today. The yen pairs had really good trades today, definitely. Every single one of them pretty much. 3 ways down, impulsive up, go long. Honestly, I would probably be getting out of my long right about now. I was in the euro yen long and I got out right before I started today's live stream. Which, yeah, maybe I could have stayed in, but might as well get out. During these live streams, I like to really focus on you guys and not worry about my trading, so it's much easier if I know I'm in a good trade just to get out and then look for more entries later on. But the Swiss yen, exact same thing. We're looking for pullbacks, we're looking for continuations. Yeah, we can look at the nifty pairs for you today, buddy, no problem. So let's move on. We looked at all the yen pairs, we looked at all the dollar pairs. Let's go look at oil, natural gas, and then we'll go on and look at the stock market. Ooh, natural gas, oil, I mean, is all over the place right now, which is kind of normal for that. I've been thinking that this is going to go up and make a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of A. But if it doesn't, if this is really a 3, because this is the third wave, 1, 2, 3 waves. If this is a wave 3, then it needs to make a impulsive trend. It needs to make a big, impulsive, nice trend. If it does not do that, then it is not a wave 3. That's one way you can tell almost instantly. If you think if something is a wave 3 and it doesn't go up, it does something like this, then you can pretty much cancel the idea of it being a wave 3, because if it was a wave 3, it would do this. It wouldn't do this. There's a big difference between a wave 3 and a wave C sometimes. So a wave 3 is supposed to be the biggest, strongest wave of a trend. You can spot wave 3s from a mile away. Like this right here. That's a wave 3. Look how strong that is. This may not be a wave 3 because it's not strong. And if it's not a wave 3, that means it's probably a wave C. So we have to look at this as possibly being a wave C and maybe even making it another push down. I mean, yeah, it does look like it could be over on the longer time frames, but if the market has other ideas, then we better be listening, that's for sure. So back here, it definitely looks like an uptrend, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like I was saying in my last video, this looks like a downtrend. It kind of makes you think it's a wave A, and this is like a wave B. But if it goes down and makes a wave C, that's kind of too stretched out to be a wave 2. If it goes down again, if it does go down and break this structure, it's probably not a wave 2. It's probably just going to keep on going down. It's probably like a 1, 2, and a wave 3. So definitely watch out for this structure right here, because that's what's going to tell me that this move up is over. And if that move up is over and it's only this big, then that means it's probably going to go down for either a C or possibly a 3 and just keep on going. So keep an eye on that structure for sure. Like I said, if this was a wave 3, then it would just keep on trending, so I'm definitely having some doubts. But there's definitely a possibility this could make a three-way pattern down, make a higher low. So if you see 3 ways down, you see impulsive up, I would definitely take that as a long opportunity. There's a possibility we're still in a wave 3, but it's definitely not looking very good. At this point, I'm starting to think more and more that it's not a wave 3. So we'll have to see what happens. It didn't break structure down yet, so it definitely could still drift up, definitely. If it breaks structure down, then that tells me that this wave is over. And if that wave is over, then it's probably going to go down and take out this structure. And if that structure is over, then it's probably going to tell us this whole wave is over. And if that whole wave is over, then it's probably going to go down and make a wave C like I was showing on the daily time frame. Or possibly a wave 3. Either scenario, it's going to make for a pretty good shorting opportunity. Natural gas, is that going down too? Natural gas kind of looks like it wants to make that wave 4, like I've been saying for quite some time now. I really think that natural gas is very clear. This looks like a, ooh, wow. This looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right there, which I didn't draw it good again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I still think this is a 1. I still think this is 3 ways up for a 2. I think this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of wave 3. And I think that we need to go up and make a wave 4 next. A wave 4 is probably going to go at least to the 23% and maybe even to the 38%. So that means that there's a good chance this is going to go up to one of these 2 levels to make a 4 and then back down again to make a 5. So keep that in mind as we go down. Ooh, look at that. I know one of my members was building a sort yesterday. Hopefully they didn't get trapped in that too bad. Where were we yesterday? Yesterday was right here, so wow. It was right around here as he was building a sort. Hopefully you got out of that one, because it's definitely still going up pretty strong. It could possibly already be in that wave A right here, so let's zoom out just a little bit more. Where's we at? Yeah, it could possibly already be a wave C, honestly. I mean, there could be like an A in here, and this could be like a B. And this could already be in a wave C, and maybe end up looking something like this. And then go down, finish off a wave 4, and then go down and make a wave 5. And this would be a 3, ABC a 4, and then down for a 5. Definitely, it looks pretty possible. So, yesterday, I know one of my members was building a sword up here, so like I said, hopefully she got out but without any big issues over that. But honestly, I definitely wouldn't have been trying to go sword on a pattern like this. I'm a very cautious trader. I only trade with the trend, but it definitely has made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ways up, so it might make another pullback. But at this point, I would definitely only be looking for longs in an uptrend for sure. It looks like it's going up. Until it actually goes down and breaks the structure to the downside, I personally would only be looking for longs in an uptrend for sure. Let's look at Bitcoin real quick, and then we're going to go look at the Nifty for our member there. Oh, Bitcoin's going down. Did it break that structure? Oh yeah, it definitely did. It's starting to break it, isn't it? So last time I did my live stream, which was Wednesday, right? Yeah, Wednesday, I said that this is looking like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of A. This is looking like a B. And because this is going down just like I was saying on that other pair, if this really was a 1, 2, 3, like I was saying that it could be, a couple weeks ago, then it would be going up strong. It wouldn't be struggling right now, and it is struggling to go up, so that means it probably is a wave C. This structure break right here is going to tell me that the wave C is over and that we're actually going back down, which at this point I think is probably going to be the most likely thing to happen. Yeah, definitely. Look at it. We have a break of structure. That's the last important structure level. We had 3 waves up right there. That looks like a sort. I think it's going to go down. I would definitely be looking for sorts in a downtrend now, for sure. 1 hour time frame. Even the 1 hour time frame, look at that. 1, 2, 3 waves up. That looks like a sort to me. Right there, 1, 2, 3 waves up. And then it's part of a bigger pattern of a 1, 2, 3 waves up right there. Even Bitcoin respects these Elliott wave pullbacks. You see, pretty much every asset does it. These 3-wave pullbacks. It's just part of the psychology of the participants of the market that causes those 3-wave pullbacks. So, like I said, the market just continuously repeats. Oh, good job. I was wondering about that when I saw that today, Desigur. I was like, oh, you're probably down a little bit on that one. Yeah, we can look at that USD ZAR, Ed. Sorry about that, buddy. I didn't see that. When I circle back to the dollar pairs here in a minute, we'll look at that one for you. I'm going to look at the stocks, and then we're going to go back to the dollar pairs, and we'll look at Ed's USD ZAR, which I think is ZAR. I'm not sure what the ZAR is. I'll have to look. I thought it was an African currency, but I'm not really sure. So, what do we got? The Nifties. The Nifty, this is the regular Nifty, and this is the Nifty Bank, which they are a little bit different. The Nifty Bank is definitely a little stronger right now. So, what do we got? I'm going to kind of look at them both at the same time because they're so correlated, it might actually help. We definitely have an uptrend right here. The last structure level is right there, which it really hasn't broken it yet, so the trend for me is definitely still up on this one. Is it still the same on... Yeah, that one's definitely still up too. This looks like one big uptrend. The last structure level is right here, so this one is definitely still up also. It's kind of interesting how this is already back up to like all-time highs, I believe, right? This is all-time highs, yeah. This is the What is this one? What's this called? Yeah, the Nifty Bank. I think it's the New York Stock Exchange Bank, right? I don't know. Wow, 4-hour time frame. It looks like it made a little ABC correction, probably a 1-hour correction. So maybe this is going to be our new structure level. So if it goes down and breaks that, I would say that this whole trend is over. But until it actually breaks that, I would definitely not go short. I would just continue to look for longs in an uptrend. This one looks a little less convincing, but it hasn't broken structure yet, so I still think that this is up. I still think the trend is up. I don't really see any reason to think otherwise. 1-hour time frame. Ooh, what, 3 ways down? That looks like a long right there, honestly. 3 ways down, impulsive up. Kind of looks like it's getting ready to go back up. I would definitely still be looking for longs, and I would be looking to go long on these 3-way pullbacks. 3 ways down, go long. 3 ways down, go long. 3 ways down, go long. And 3 ways down, go long. So I'm definitely still bullish on this one. This one is actually more bullish even than the other one, the Nifty Bank. 3 ways down, impulsive up, go long. Definitely no reason to think otherwise, for sure. So what's the S&P 500 doing? Does that agree with that? Ooh, this one's going up too. Yeah, the dollar's going up still. Is the dollar switched down? Well, we're going to go back and look at the dollar in a minute, but I've been saying for quite some time that I think this is going to go up and break this high right here. Probably eventually going to end up looking something like that. It's probably a wave C of wave B, and then I think this is going to go down, break structure, and end up continuing down. I think this is going to go a long ways down once it's ready, but it's probably not quite ready yet. I think we're heading down to about the $3,200 area after it finishes this wave C. So probably when it breaks this high, everybody's going to be saying that the stock market's doing really good. Everybody's going to be all happy that their retirements are safe, and then bam, it's going to crash like crazy. Unfortunately, like I said, it's kind of unfortunate that so many people, especially in the U.S., are really all across the world, but so many people's retirements and 401ks and pensions are reliant on the stock market in the U.S. So when you have those big crashes, it's devastating to the average Joe, that's for sure. So definitely going up for sure. Yeah, it kind of looks like it's getting ready to end the trend now. The last structure is right here, so if it breaks that structure, I would say that this trend is probably over. So it might make another push down, but in the long run, I think the trend is probably up. I expect that the dollar is going to go up more, so that would make sense if this actually went down, maybe did something like this over the next, maybe week or so before it actually ended up continuing back up. So that is the most likely thing I think that's going on with that one. So let's see, I think let's switch back to the dollar pairs. Is this? Yeah, it's not really going up or down. Kind of looks like it wants to go up, but it's not really all that convincing. I'm trying to figure out if this is going to be a wave B or if it's just going to keep on going up. We got about 40 minutes until Powell speaks. Honestly, it kind of sucks that it's so late on a Friday. Usually by 11, 12 o'clock New York time, I'm about ready to start my weekend. So we'll see what happens, but it looks more like it's going to go down again, honestly. It looks like an ABC. And then maybe it'll make a higher low and go up from there. Yeah, I think that's probably what's going to happen. A, B, Powell is going to cause the wave C, and then maybe next week at the market open, bam, up she goes. So what's that mean for these dollar pairs? Alright, hopefully you're still here, Swads, hopefully you're still here. I'm doing the euro dollar. Not really a whole lot has changed, even though I see what you mean, but this is definitely a trend to me. You could definitely go short there, and then you could learn whether it keeps going down or whether what I think is more likely, it's going to make a correction and then go back up. I think that it's more likely the Powell is going to cause a wave C with his speech today. Probably for the rest of the day, the market will drift up. Maybe even go up and take out these highs, and then maybe towards the close of the market or the open of the market next week, it'll go down, it'll break structure, and it'll just keep on trending down. Definitely seems more likely. Yeah, the pound yen seems pretty much the same thing. This looks like an uptrend. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It looks like three-way pattern down, then up she goes. We don't have much time before that speech comes out, so it's not like it can make three waves in the next 45 minutes on this time frame. So yeah, let's see the 15-minute. Yeah, the 15-minute does have three waves, doesn't it? 1, 2, 3. Powell speech, up she goes. ABC, and then next week down she goes. So I guess we do have time to make our ABC, because this one doesn't look like that, but maybe it's just going to be a motive wave correction. Either that or Powell's speech really is going to cause it to go down, and it's just already going down. Like I said, you could definitely go short, and then you can learn whether it's just going to keep on going down or not. Kind of risky for me, but it's definitely, you could definitely do that. Aussie did even make a correction. It looks like a wave A. Looks like it should make a wave B next and then go up and make a C. Something like this maybe. 1, 2, 3 waves up. 1, 2, 3 waves up. This is the one that I thought was a wave B actually. So no, this is an A. This is 3 waves down for a B. And then this is the wave C. So now I remember. So I think this is going to keep on going up, but I think it's already in a wave C. So it's probably going to spend the rest of the day drifting up, eventually go down, take out structure, and end up continuing the downtrend. Same thing with the Kiwi. The Kiwi is more obvious though. This is an A. This is a 1, 2, 3-way pattern for the B. And then this is going to probably go up more at the speeds. Probably at least to one of these, probably more likely to 61, but one of these fib levels. Then maybe at the end of the market, market close this week, or maybe at the beginning of next week, down she goes, I bet. US dollar Canadian. Ooh, that Canadian trade, I even said that that's looking like a trade. This one for some reason is different because we had that Canadian news today, retail sales. You can see retail sales for the Canadian pairs was today. That's what caused this. 1, 2, 3 waves down. Look at that. Impulsive up. 1, 2, 3 waves down. Impulsive up. Pretty damn clear entry, honestly. US dollar Swiss. Yeah, oh boy, what's up with that? I think that the other ones are going to go down, so this one might go down too. Right? The dollar. Yeah, I think probably more likely to go down. Kind of looks like a trend. Maybe this is a B and then it goes down. Makes a little ABC correction, maybe for the rest of the day. Then goes up later on today, or maybe at the beginning of next week. This is mostly the yen pair right here that's causing this, but the dollar news may actually help it go up some more, honestly. So that's probably what's going to happen there. This is already ended an ABC correction today because of the yen, and now the dollar news is going to come out and it's probably going to help it go up more, which is just a speech. This is just a speech right here, so if he doesn't say anything important and if he doesn't surprise the market, then it may not even really do much. So I'm not really anticipating a whole lot, especially for a late Friday afternoon, but it is Powell and he does have a lot to do with the market, so it's probably a pretty good chance that it will move because of him. I was trying to figure out if this gold already ended a correction. It definitely kind of looks like it did. Yeah, maybe not. It probably is a wave A and a wave B, just like the other ones. Probably is going to make another push up. It definitely looked like the end of a correction. Yeah, the USD ZAR, buddy. I got ya. I was just finishing off gold. And do I have that one on here? Yeah, I do. I got ya. So let's see. We got to definitely go to the top and do. Ooh, wow. This is all-time highs too. Look at that, buddy. We just broke into all-time highs on this one. Yeah, South African rand. So I was right. It was a South African currency. So when you start getting into all-time highs like that, it can be a little difficult to tell exactly where it's going to end. So we'll see. We could use Fibonacci extension. Probably the best thing to do with Fibonacci extension is to put it all the way down here. Oh, whoops, that's not Fibonacci extension. Put it all the way down here, put it up to here, and then down to here. We are approaching that 78% level, so we're going to have to see. I mean, it definitely could go up to the 100. So what we got to do is try to figure out if we can identify the end of that wave on the shorter time frames. Yeah, we got news in about 35 minutes. I'm probably not going to be on live stream. I'll be off the live stream by then, but we've already gone through the dollar pairs a few times now. Let's see. This really looks to me like a 1, ABC of 2, and it looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of 3. Kind of looks like it's in a wave 3 right now, and it definitely has 5 waves, so we may make a push down, but it might be a wave 4 and then go up again for a wave 5. That does seem pretty likely. Yeah, I think this is gonna... Maybe the dollar is gonna push down. Yeah, that's what I expect, right? Because I expect the dollar to go down a little. I expect gold to go up, the euro, the pound, the Aussie to go up. So this is probably going to go down. It's probably going to go down and end a trend. It's probably going to be the end of a wave 3 most likely, and then go down and make like an ABC of 4, and then maybe next week go back up to make that 5. It actually looks pretty clear that this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of wave 3. So it seems pretty clear, honestly. Let's see. Yeah, I think the power is going to cause this to go down. It's probably going to break structure, which will prove that this uptrend is over. And if this is over, then that probably is a wave 5. And if that is a wave 5 and that trend is over, that most likely means that the whole trend is over. And now we're going down for a wave A of wave 4, which will most likely take out this low over here, which is a wave 4 of 3. Most wave A's do take out the low of the previous wave 4, so that probably is what's going on there. Yeah, I think so. I think this is going to be like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is a little crescent. It might even go down and break structure, honestly. It wouldn't surprise me at all. I mean, if this was like, like this and then like that, because it kind of needs to make a wave 2 of wave C. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that actually probably is what's going on, honestly. We're probably going to have the end of a wave 1 of C today. Let's see, can I picture that as a 5-way pattern? I really can't. Maybe the DXY is clearer. Yeah, it's a little clearer, not much, honestly. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5? Yeah, I don't know, 6, 7? Yeah, I don't know about that. A little bit of mixture here going on, honestly, because with how stretched out this last wave is, it really looks like it needs to go up again. But maybe it's just going to go like this and then down, and then next week go up again. It looks like it's getting ready to go down now, so that looks like 3 waves up, impulsive down. It's about to break structure. So maybe it'll go down until, for the next half an hour. And then maybe the news will cause it to go up. We'll have to see. Or what's actually maybe more likely is this is going to go down like that and then go up again. And this is going to be an A, B, C, of B, which is what I was actually thinking originally. A, B, C, of B. And then it goes down and makes a C. And this is all like an A, B, C of a crescent. Yeah, definitely keep an eye on these dollar pairs, especially this dollar index when the news is coming out. I think that the euro dollar is probably going to go up. The pound dollar is probably going to go up. To finish off a wave C, probably going to make a lower high. Does everything agree? Yeah, I think this is in a wave C, so this is probably going to go up to finish a wave C. I think everything agrees that up is the direction. This is going to go up, probably finish off this, go up to the 61 to finish off this wave C of 2. That means that the Canadian, maybe the Canadian isn't going to go up. We got news that is helping push this up, so it should continue up. I guess it depends. I mean, like I said, that speech that Powell's giving, it may not even really do anything, honestly. It may just be really underwhelming. So that means that this one would go down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Kretzen, and then down. Could just be something like that, like a soft little ABC Kretzen, and then back up. And news, see, US dollar yen is probably going to go down too, honestly. The yen is starting to turn too, so this is probably going to go down also. It's probably like a wave 5. Or maybe it's not a wave 5, maybe it's a wave B, but either way, it definitely seems like down is the direction. And that means that gold is probably going to go up also, which it probably is. Look at it. Little 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 action. Wave A, wave B, wave C. Makes a lot of sense. It kind of agrees with all the other dollar pairs. Silver agrees also that this is probably a wave A, this is probably a wave B, and it's probably going to go up and make a C. At least a wave C. It could even stretch out a little bit and turn into something a little bit bigger. So, like I said, watch out for this. Usually these speeches last at least a half an hour, and usually the market doesn't really react until after the Q&A. So usually it's about 45 minutes or so until after this. So really it's going to be like 4:45, maybe even 5 o'clock before we really know a direction on this one. And honestly, by 5 o'clock my time, I'm definitely going to be probably calling it a weekend. I already closed out on my euro yen with a nice profit today. Closed out on my euro dollar with a nice profit. Not today, but yesterday. So I closed out of that euro dollar almost exactly at the right time. I closed out like right here. Got in right there. 3 waves up. Impulsive down. Entry to go short. My entry was actually right there because I got up a little later. And then bam, got out right there. A little over 2 to 1, 2.5 to 1 risk to reward ratio. So if anybody is interested in learning more about my strategy, definitely check out my Patreon service. It's an awesome deal. You get a lot for your money. You get access to a trading course. You get access to my members' forecast on all the dollar pairs, all the yen pairs, including oil and gold every single morning before the London session. I update it. You get access to my trading course, which this right here is my trading course. Over 38 videos teaches you exactly how I trade and exactly how I use Fibonacci, Elliott wave, structure analysis, and price action to make very consistently profitable trades. And also it gets you access to this members forecast area. We'll just switch it to here. So it also gets you access to all these private chats on my Discord channel, including all these member forecasts. Every single one of these pairs I update every single day before the London session. So definitely check it out. It's an awesome deal. It also gets you access to the members chats, the crypto, a bunch of educational information, frequently asked questions. This is where I put the links to my twice a week Zoom meetings. I do Zoom meetings twice a week also, and that's where I teach my strategy. So you get, on top of everything, you get a trading course, you get twice a week Zoom meetings, you get members forecasts every single morning before London session, and you get access to a members chat. I 100% do not give signals. I give trade ideas, but honestly, how is anybody ever supposed to learn to trade if they get their trading from trade signals? I mean, if you get your trades from a trading signal service, do you know anybody that makes money with that? I mean, honestly? Really, I mean, I don't think I know anybody that makes money from a trading signal service. And honestly, wouldn't you want to learn a skill so that way you can learn to trade yourself? I know that I've been trading since 2009, and I have never ever had a desire to do a trading signal service or to purchase a trading signal service, because I would prefer to learn to trade. I would prefer to learn a skill that I could continue to use for the rest of my life. If somebody gives you all the trades, then how are you going to learn a skill? You're not gonna learn a skill. So I'm all about teaching. I teach people to trade. I teach people to, read these markets. I definitely give a lot of help. I give trade ideas, but I will not give you the trade. I will not give you the take profit and stop loss. You have to kind of do that on your own. You have to either sink or swim. But I will give you all the stuff necessary to become very, very successful in your trading. So my next Zoom meeting, my next live stream is on Monday. I have live streams on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. On Tuesday and Thursday, I do a 2-hour Zoom meeting with my Patreon members. And and make sure you check out my daily videos of all the dollar pairs except for the US dollar Swiss and the US and Kiwi, including gold. And I really hope everybody enjoys the rest of the weekend. Definitely be careful for the power speeds coming out in a little while. So enjoy the rest of the weekend, and as always, happy trading.